I've owned this Daisies painting for quite some time. It's 33 inches tall by 27 inches wide, including the frame. I liked how deep it was. It's a nice oil or acrylic painting. And I couldn't find anything about the artist. I've had it for quite some time, probably 5 or 6 years, but only recently put it up for sale over the summer and included it on Facebook Marketplace, and that's where it sold for $80. Well, this is the balance knob or tone control knob off of a Xena stereo. And these parts just seem to keep selling. Not for a lot of money, but it's pretty steady, and this one went for 10 bucks. This is a belt buckle featuring Texas, some colored resin in there. I've had this up for sale probably 5 or 6 years, back when I used to think belt buckles were worth some money. This one took that long to sell, but I did get the full price of $25 for it on Bonanza. This is a rather rare piece of audio equipment from the 70s. It's a Telx 8-track carousel. You can load this thing up with 12 different cartridges, and it will play them either one program at a time or play the whole tape and switch to the next one. And these are quite sought after because they're somewhat rare. I found this via a music swap we have here in town once or twice a year, and made contact with a guy that said he had one, and I bought it from him. It took a while before I got a hold of it finally. And it didn't need much. I had to clean out a lot of scraps of tape inside, but everything seemed to work just fine once that was done. And it's really cool to watch in operation. So I priced it high, and it took about a month or so to sell, but I got $650 for it. This is that's a BSR turntable, but it's in a Magnavox base. And the base was actually part of a system that I bought, a sort of a small stand-up system, had an amplifier with a cassette deck. Those items were no good, but the base was nice, and I was able to, of course, recondition the turntable, so everything was working great on it. And I made a video for the listing as usual, and it only took a couple of weeks to sell, and I got $245 for this one. Sold a pair of black Ekko Oxfords. Ekko, of course, a very well-known brand. Very comfortable shoes. I used to wear their boots all the time. So I pick these up whenever I see them at a garage sale, even though shoes and clothing are not selling that well for me, probably because I don't do that much in it. But I was able to get $25 for these. Another BSR record player that I serviced sold. This one's actually in its own base. And dust cover is intact, but has some marks on it. But I was still able to get $225. I've been upping my price on these serviced record players, and they seem to sell quite well. Well, this is a already built and painted model of a '64 Pontiac GTO. Really nicely done. And but this came along with all the other models I got in 2017, and I sold all the good ones, I guess, because this one just took forever to sell, but I finally did bring $25. Well, this is a very large Walls brand denim chore coat, maybe even used for welders. It is flame resistant, and it's quite large, 6X large. And this was at a garage sale for just $5, and I thought, oh, what a great deal. And it wasn't until I got home I noticed that it had a little rip right here. So at my next estate sale, picked up these denim patches and patched it up. Of course, declared that in the listing. Did take quite a while to sell, and I only got $35 for it. I was asking $50, but after all summer long, finally got an offer of $35 for it. This extra item from a box lot is a wireless digital doorbell. Still new in the package. Just came as part of a group of radios and stuff that I bought. And so I put it up quick for 10 bucks and sold right away. Sort of a flannel material hat. Basic farmer, trucker type hat. And I've had this up for sale for a long, long time for 20 bucks. Finally got a $15 offer on it last night. This is a Techniques cassette deck. I don't deal with these cassette decks too often. This one I kind of like because it had metal tape capabilities. And the average selling price on eBay wasn't too bad. I did go through it. Another reason I don't like these is often the transports needing belts are very difficult to get to. This one wasn't too bad. And I also decided to include a copy of the owner's manual that I made up. I make these up all the time for these kind of devices. Give myself a little edge over other sellers. There are a glut of cassette players on the market. And also included from my, I have so many of these patch cables that it's no problem to include a set to try and entice the buyer, and this didn't take very long at all to sell. I think I listed it for less than a week, and it sold for $125. This is a Sony Watchman. I did a quick little video of it and sold it locally on Facebook Marketplace for $65. Had it for a long time. They don't sell for that much on eBay. There's quite a few of them out there, but I thought maybe with my video included in the listing it would help sell it, but it sold much quicker on Facebook Marketplace. 65 bucks. I found this super small reel-to-reel player made by Acme, used by Wild E. Coyote, I'm sure. I found this at a garage sale for just a couple dollars. There was a part rattling around inside, and I was able to test it out, get it running, but I could not get any sound out of it, and the microphone, I'm sure, is a crystal microphone, and crystals don't last this long. This is from the early 60s. But it did come with the paperwork, manual, instructions, and in pretty good shape physically. And I was able to sell this for 45 bucks. This is an off-brand jean jacket made by Paco, but I picked it up at a garage sale because it's got some interesting patches on it, referring to Harley Davidsons, and especially the one on the back. Otherwise, it's pretty much a plain Jane jean jacket, trucker style jean jacket, and I got $30 for it. This is one of those radios you hang on your shower head, shower radio. I've done okay with these in the past. This one turned out that the clock wasn't working too well, but the radio did. It was pretty clean, and I was able to sell this for just $12. This is the I guess instruction sheet and all the other ephemera that come with a pair of vintage Sansui SP2000 speakers. That's what they look like. And they do have some controls that this describes on how they should be set or could be set. It came with a little cleaning cloth. I received 2 sets of these with a pair of speakers that I bought years ago, and I have sold 1 set of instructions already. And now this second set has sold for 20 bucks. This is the badge off of a Harmony guitar amplifier from about 1961. I picked up the, actually the amp was in a homemade speaker box, And so I pulled the amplifier, and I'm going to recap it and sell it just as a guitar amplifier, looking for a speaker cabinet. But this badge was on the front, and it looks like the original badge from the original amplifier. And I was able to, let's see, get $20 for this Harmony badge. This is a pair of illustrated buyer guides for Ford 50s and 60s, and the pickup guide. These are from my own personal collection. I probably bought these in the late 80s, early 90s. And I was able to sell this pair of gently used books for $18. Looks like I paid almost $15 for that one. This is a record cleaning brush, vintage Audio-Technica, that just kind of came along with one of the stereos I bought over the years. Put it up for sale earlier this year, and it sold finally for $12. I picked up this Panasonic bookshelf stereo off of a Facebook marketplace ad, but I was thinking I was just going to get it for the record changer. I have another stereo that uses the same record changer, a little fancier than this one. This one's pretty basic. It does have an AM/FM radio as well. But once I got it cleaned up, I decided to sell this as I got it, and it did take a couple of weeks, but somebody has some Christmas money and spent $375 on it. This is a first day issue for South Dakota Centennial stamp put out by United States Postal Service. I got this in a box lot in an auction. I guess the pictures aren't showing up. But sold it locally on Facebook Marketplace for $20. Another 8-track tape cartridge sold, early Beatles. And this one I actually replaced the foil splice, and I don't know if you can see in there, but the foam pad has been replaced as well. And surprisingly, I did some research when I put this up for sale and priced it high and got my asking price of $65. This is a articulating arm lamp, desk lamp, fairly modern style. I picked this up at a garage sale pretty cheap, and it took about a month to sell, and I got $25 for it. Sold a set of 3 cups and saucers. These are Iroquois, let's see, Russell Wright, and these are in the autumn leaf color, I believe is what they're called, or maybe just lettuce leaf. And I bought a whole set of these at an auction quite a few years ago and sold a lot of the pieces. I'm down to just, I think, these saucers left. I have them priced at $10 a piece, and somebody made an offer of $8 each for 3 of them, so I took that. This is a Coleman electric cooler refrigerator. I used to have this in my truck back in the 2005 to 2013 when I was driving truck, and I thought I'd always use it for something, but have not, so I decided to put it up for sale. It does have the adapters to bring it in the house, which was nice when you're on the road. You could bring this into a hotel room, not draining your battery overnight. And like I said, I sold this locally and got $65 for it. There's another 8-track head cleaner cartridge. This one's still new, sealed. Although the cellophane's coming off a little bit there. I picked up 3 of these along with some 8-track tapes at a estate sale a couple weeks ago. A bunch of stereo equipment came with it. These kind of just got thrown in with the deal. And so I put these 3 that I picked up for $15 a piece. This is a Black Rifle Coffee Company mug. It's very thick and heavy. And I picked this up off of a table at a garage sale for $25, thinking with the prevalence of coffee and the gun culture in America, this would sell pretty quick. That did take a little while, a couple of months anyway, and I did sell it for $20. Now, this is a pair of drum lampshades. I actually found them in the trash, and still like brand new, no stains or anything on them. So I brought them home, listed them, and somebody came and picked them up a couple hours later for 30 bucks. Now, this is a Costco two-step kitchen chair stool. Very common, but very popular. I picked this up for a couple dollars at a garage sale. It does have one little hole right there in the seat, but otherwise in pretty good shape, and sold it on Facebook Marketplace for $25.